How did you guys meet?
Well, that's a loaded question. I met Alec when we were very young. Our parents were friends, I think, before either of us were born. So I've known him my whole life. And then met Cassandra at a coffee shop open mic night, and actually I liked her voice and asked her to learn accordion so that she could play with us. And then what was it, like 6 weeks? I don't remember how long it was until you were playing with us, but
I don't know, pretty soon after that.
yeah, a couple weeks, and then she was playing with us. But we have a second percussionist who does has a big bass drum and runs around the stage and drops change and stuff like that. He was actually our original drummer that I started the band with. He got busy with college and stuff like that and kind of left for a while, and now he's just around for fun. Yeah, and he has shakers and floor toms and things like that. Just kind of he's
the folk version of Slipknot. Just like a clown running around.
Yeah.
He runs got long hair and beard and stuff. He runs into the crowd sometimes.
I can see him. I'm sure it's not what it really looks
no,
like.
No,
but in my mind, I
it's
see just some crazy guy just grabbing things and throwing things. Okay.
It's pretty accurate.
Right.
His name is actually we have the same first name, Austin, but his last name is Wilder, so
he's the Wilder Austin.
Yeah.
Excellent.
It was meant to be.
That's awesome.
But yeah, I started the band with him, and we started in a stairwell at Normandale College, and I had my guitar, and he had a overturned trash can he was drumming on. That's where we made our first couple songs, and just kind of went on from there.
So you picked up the accordion?
Yeah, it was super funny because a couple of weeks before I had talked to Austin, I found my great-grandfather's old accordion in my basement, and it was just falling apart and gross, but I was messing with it and just thinking how awesome it would be if I learned how to play the accordion. And then he happened to come by a few weeks later and was like, hey, you should learn how to play the accordion and join my band. So I was kind of like, it's a sign.
Yeah. There's so many different genres within the Minneapolis music scene.
Yeah.
How do you find people that are interested in the same kind of music that you're playing?
It's hard.
It's definitely hard.
It's really hard.
I feel like where we are now, the sound we have is just kind of the natural sound that comes from the kind of music we make. I feel like we just kind of try and find sounds that fit with what we make. So.
And I think we all came in with different influences growing up and stuff, and it literally just kind of it evolutionized itself into what it is.
I feel like there's never really a time when we tried to be a certain genre. We've always just kind of.
That's cool.
The band itself, we're not trying to really preach. We're not trying to, we don't have much of an agenda. Rather, we're just trying to make music we are behind, music we enjoy, music we want to listen to, and hopefully people want to listen to it too. So.
What's keeping you from writing Christian songs?
Well, I mean, I play in the worship band at my church, and I write worship music for that as well. So it's kind of a separate, But yeah, for Marah, it's I feel like those influences are always going to be there in the music because that's a big part of all of our lives. But I feel like we're going to try and we tell stories and deep analogies and things like that, and so there's influence in there if you dig deep.
Yeah, definitely. Yeah. This is gonna be more of a personal question for each of you, but I hope you don't mind me getting too deep on you. But within your relationship with God, do you ever find yourself in doubt?
I think everyone's gonna be attacked, and everyone's gonna have moments of doubt and those kind of things, but it's also, if you understand the Bible and understand the gospel, then there's really not much room for it. In those moments of doubt, it's really just not understanding the truth.
Once you hear the truth and you experience the truth, you know the truth.
Yeah.
Everything else that kind of gets in the way just temporarily blocks you from that truth. And so it's tough. I heard someone say once, like, he said, like, I know too much to go back. Like, I know too much about, I've experienced too much about truth to go, like, turn away from what that is. I just thought that was said so well, and there are a lot of times where it's obviously hard, things get in the way, there's like blinders, and you're focused on one thing and it's not the truth, but it's like just kind of steering away from it. It's I feel like it's a sort of thing where it's like I know too much.
Yeah.
Like I know too much, I've experienced too much, it's a part of my life so much that I can't not be anymore.
Yeah.
And it will never be less than what it is now. If anything, it grows, and I do what I can to foster that growth. So
I see you nodding a lot. Is that how you feel? Sam?
Yeah, definitely agree with everything that they're saying.
Cool.
Yeah.
Cool.
Yeah, I feel like one of the biggest obstacles, if there's like, doubt instilled or anything, it's like, if there's anything, it's more the actions of other believers that cause that. It's more like how Christians are represented in the world, and how there's so much unauthenticity in it, and so much bad in it that sometimes it's hard to associate with it, but that's there's truth, and then there's man's perception of truth, and so as long as we're clinging to the truth of the Bible and the Word and what it really says, then there's no room for doubt. So
There's someone who I was talking to recently who was kind of explaining when they found their relationship with God, and someone had called them out before that. It was I think it was at church or something. Are you a Christian? He says, of course I'm a Christian. I'm an American.
When I started writing music and started kind of getting into this, it was like, I don't know. I've always been sick of hearing about everyone's problems. Like, I want to make something that's like not just me, complaining about, oh, this is going on, or talking about, relationships or whatever. Like, I wanted to make something that was like bigger than that, like more, epic, I guess. I don't know. So that's always like what I've tried to do with the storytelling aspect of it. And then like we've gotten complaints of that the lyrics aren't, authentic. Because, like, we sing about this stuff that, we've never done that. Like, but it's not, first-hand experience. But there's meaning behind it. There's metaphors, and I don't think if there was a great, fiction writer, you wouldn't call that unauthentic. It's just like it's stories derived from reality to tell what you want to tell, and the point you're trying to make. So
The photos that you guys have taken, I think that those photos just right there tell a story. Just the photos themselves. Who took those?
My mom, actually.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Shameless plug.
it's true.
Yeah.
Awesome. Do you want to talk a little bit about that?
My mom is a photographer. She primarily does portrait work. Not actually a ton of bands, but it was something, when we were looking to do a photo shoot, it was cool to be able to have that kind of creative control and sit down and be able to be like, let's plan out a concept and like a story and a feel that really fits our music and our style and what we're trying to go for. And that was actually really fun to be able to sit down and plan it and get together interesting props and locations and just storyboard the whole thing kind of, and yeah.
It's an artistic expression of like the perception that we want people to see us as,
The same way we tell stories that we've never...
The metaphors.
Yeah.
It's like we don't wear the clothes that we wear on stage or in those photo shoots like every day. Like, that's not us. But like music in a way is like it's acting. Like you're becoming something when you play a song that you wouldn't have written or thought about if you didn't play music. So it's like
Well,
I
that's
think
one of the cool things about music. Like, unlike a lot of other different types of art forms, you have the ability to like portray that story in so many different ways. It's everything, you know, from video to photo to, you know, fashion or whatever you want to call that. You know, it's fun to be able to take that story and put it across a ton of different mediums and not just stick to one. I think that's kind of fun to paint on all of the different canvases there.
Care to show us a song?
Sure.
All right, let's do it.
Sounds good. What song are you doing? Maybe like See No Evil.
Yeah.
Sound good. Unless there's something else you want to do.
I don't know the recording part.
Well, I mean, I figure it'll be acoustic anyway, but.
So I moved into this house with 3 other guys. Something that sold me on the house was this space because it's heated and it's an extension off the garage.
Did you say heated? It feels like it's about 50 degrees in here.
Yeah, the heater's been
My
running all
section of the
day.
practice space is heated.
Yeah. So yeah, it's kind of like it sold me on like moving in here because I was looking at like apartments in the city and things like that. And it's new to us, but it creates a really easy way to, you know, practice and rehearse and write and stuff. So.
I got too many secrets that I ain't told the soul. I don't plan to keep them anymore. I got too many problems to feel ways to solve them. I don't feel like trying anymore. I see no evil. I've been the problem all along. And I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. I've got a few too many holes in my closet, buried beneath the old man I've become. And I've seen too many hearts break, still have my own. But I don't feel like feeling anymore. But I see no evil. I've been the problem all along. Darling, I was wrong. I was wrong. I was wrong. I was
We are Marah in the Mainsail.
And you are watching Music in Minnesota.